Hello there and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about how to hold your pet land snail. This is one of my pet land snails, Rainbow. He's my oldest land snail. I have had him ever since like December 29th, and it is, just a second, let me check, March 21st today, so I've had him quite a while. I have 4 land snails, and I also breed my own snails. I don't know what kind of snails they are. They're just really little ones. They're not babies, they just stay really little. I don't know what kind of snails they are, but yeah, I do breed those and I sell those. I'm kind of figuring out how I sell them because I'm just now selling them to my neighbors that would like them because they're little kids, and it's a really fun science project. He's just got pretty stripes on his shell. He had a lot of shell damage, but I fixed it. He had a little cast for a while because I saved him. So now how to hold snails. A lot of people, so just a second, I'm gonna set him down on my desk for a second. First thing you want to do is make sure your hands are clean. First thing you want to do is wash them with like a non-fragrant or really fancy foam soap or something. You don't want to wash your hands with that. You want to wash it with like a method soap, and then you want to rinse it with water really good. Some people just use powder-free gloves. That's what I use to hold my White's tree frogs. But I don't really use gloves for snails. And snails, they dry out if you don't keep them wet constantly. So you have to spray down your hands. This is just my snail sprayer. I put like a sprayer for each tank. I don't know why, I just do. You just spray your hands like that, so they're nice and wet. And now how to pick up your snail. A lot of people just do it off camera and they're like, and just like that. I'm like, I'm gonna get this thing so I can prop this up here. Sorry, my house is messy right now. Yeah? Okay. So here's your snail here. You don't want to pick directly up. You want to slide your snail. You also want to wet the area so it slides pretty good and easily. Just like this. And you just put your hand right there like that. I hold my snails quite a lot personally. A lot of people are like, oh, do it as least as you can. It doesn't really matter if you do this every single time. It's as easy as that. You can do it 1,000 times. Just whoop. Just try not to pick directly up like that. He wasn't even stuck to my hands. It's not doing anything. Just try not to do that. Because that can be bad for their bodies, like the in-between part that connects to their shell, because that can cause damage and kill your snail. So that won't be good. No. And if you're wondering where I got my spray bottle from, because a lot of people use those kinds of sprayers where you like, you pump the water up and then you spray it. Mine's by Delta Sprayer, pressure sprayer it's called. And I got mine from Horrocks. It's the building that looks like a huge greenhouse, basically is. It's a grocery store. It also has like stuff that's like home decor. I know it sells delicious macarons. They have the best macarons. And they have garden area with a lot of different plants and stuff. That's where I got this from, and that's also where I got my hide for my frogs, the peat hide that I got. Sorry, I'm just so itchy right now. Excuse me. Now that this video is like super duper short, I'm gonna do like a basic care video with this. I'm gonna show you guys all my snails and their habitat first. Rainbow's good, just chilling right there. He's a good snail. Okay. That's my frog tank over there, but right here is my snail tank. This nice terrarium. I just lift it up like this. Daisy's not eating anymore, so we can pick her up. Gotta spray her and then slide her up. Got something weird on you, Daisy. There you go. Here's my girl Daisy. Sorry about the horrible lighting. Here's what she looks like. She has a lot of shell damage too. Because they weren't the strongest shells when they were babies. Then this is Jazzy. She was sleeping. She's my largest land snail. She's gonna come out in a second. She's not as social as the other snails because she's always afraid of everything. And by the way, the water that you spray your snails down with has to be like dechlorinated tap water or spring water. I use spring water personally because I use that for my frogs as well. So it's kind of just convenient because I always have it around. I buy mine from Meijer. It's like this. By the gallon. The bottles always look different, but they're normally like the blue kinds. Like that. This one's just empty one that I just used. Because I go through a lot of water, both with the snails and the frogs a lot. And just what I do, what's nice about this water bottle is it has labels. Whenever it gets down to this 14 mark here, I fill it up. Like if it's been like forever, if it's been like forever, I just fill it up. So it's fresh water, for them. And what's nice is you can hold it down and then lock this thing in. I don't want to do it because it's going to get everything wet. And then all you do is just pump it up. You can adjust it and then go like this, like that. Then I will show you what I do when I say like shell damage. Everybody's like, well, how do you fix like a snail shell if it's broken? Well, if it's not like that bad, if there's just like a crack in the front of the shell or in the way back of the shell, it's perfectly fine. But if it's like in the middle of the shell, the most humane thing that you can do for your snail is what's the word for it? Well, put it down, I guess. I had to do that with one of my snails. Yeah, it was kind of sad. I had to do that with my snail Peaches because I don't really want to go over the story. But yeah, I had to put her down. And I would rather not make a video on how to do that. I just don't feel comfortable talking about that kind of stuff. That's just me. But if you want to watch a good video that's really informational about it, watch the video by Jade's Jungle. She's really good with snail videos and how to put snails down and really specific of like when cases you should or shouldn't. And some different methods and perspectives that she has. It's really informational. That's how I learned how to do it. That's just the most humane thing to do. That's the hardest part about being a pet owner. You have to do what's best with your pet, even if it means putting it down, because that was what was best for her. because she had severe shell damage. But Daisy here just has shell deformity, which means her shell was kind of jagged at the front. Like I'll show you on Jazzy. So this part here was kind of wiggly, and I'll show you what I mean. Come here, Daisy. So you see this line right here? That's where her shell originally was, and right down to here, she grew all that brand new shell that she grew by herself. Her shell is just naturally like that. Sometimes people get worried about it. That's definitely not a case that you should put your snail down. It's just shell deformity. It's just how it is. And a lot of people are like, okay, where can I buy snails? That's another topic I'm gonna be talking about. I would either like breeder snails, which is like hard to do. Like if you find snails out in the wilds, and then that's what I did, like a pair. I found 6 out in the wild because they're really tiny. I put them in a little terrarium, and then they did their thing, and they just started breeding. That's the thing about snails. They just do what they do when they want to do it. So yeah, oh my gosh, I completely got off topic. I'm just like talking about random stuff when I said I was gonna show you how to like repair a snail shell. So something that you should have in your tank, if your snail shell is cracked or not, is a cuttlefish bone. Mine's dirty. I'm just gonna show you the clean side. This is meant for birds. I buy mine at Chowhound Pet Supplies, like in the fish aisle. Well, there's not really a fish aisle, fish supplies aisle. There's a little basket full of these, and they're like 99 cents, so it's really cheap. And I buy these all the time. I used to use them with the hermit crabs. Yeah, mine's really dirty. They've been using it quite a lot, which is really good. And calcium is the key to growing back your snail shell, like how Daisy did. Just put them on here. Like after they eat, I put them on here if I catch them eating. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to buy anything for snails. Just go get one, feed it leaves and lettuce and carrots and stuff like that, and put dirt in there. There you go. They need calcium supplement. Some people give them vitamins too, but I mean, I don't really think it's worth it. Well, it's worth it, but I don't really think it's necessary. I mean, vitamins. Calcium, on the other hand, is essential for a lot of animals, so. And I do have my backyard chickens, and I use their eggshell quite a lot too, which is really good. And I have to feed my chickens calcium as well, so that I take their eggshells, crush it up, and mix it in their food so they can produce more eggshells with stronger shell. And it can be healthy, so. And I feed these guys it too. Are you going to sleep, Rainbow? I don't think so. So some things that you can feed snails, they can basically eat anything, but I'm afraid if I say that, everybody's just gonna feed them like completely random stuff. I think you know what I mean by anything. A lot of people just feed them lettuce or carrots. That's it. Variety is key for snails. You wanna have a variety of food. Because my snails, they're very picky. I don't know why. They're very particular about what they eat on what day and how old the food is and what store you buy it from. They're so picky. So what I do is I buy the giant carrots. I don't know if you've seen them before, but they're super big. Just the big carrots that you can buy. I think they call them bulk carrots. You can buy them at Meijer. I just buy a huge carrot. That lasts me about 2 to 3 weeks, which just lasts me a while. And my mom always eats lettuce because, I mean, she likes salad. And my dad eats salad quite a lot too. So there's always like spring mix or lettuce or cabbage or something around. I feed mine green beans a lot too. They really like green beans. I don't know why, but they do. So I also feed them red cabbage. Red cabbage is good for them as well. Just try to stay away from like starchy things like potatoes and like noodles and things like that. And make sure never to add any added like sugar, like sugar, or like salt that you put in like macaroni and cheese and stuff. Don't add any of that in there. That's not good for your snails. So yeah, don't do starchy stuff, and it's not good to feed them tomatoes either. Like if you feed your snails tomato once, it's not like, oh my gosh, they're gonna die immediately, it's poison. It's fine, but it's just not good to give it to them a lot. But, ooh, thank you. Oops. Sorry about that. Yummy. Gotta improvise. Vanilla's my favorite. This wouldn't be good for snails. They don't like freezing cold food or hot food. That's another thing. If you like cook them eggs or something, because they like eggs too, like scrambled eggs, you gotta let cool down. And that gets moldy really quickly, so I don't really recommend doing that. Mine particularly don't really like eggs. I don't know why. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, my snail loves eggs. I'm like, it's gross. And it gets really moldy, and it gets your plants and substrate all dirty. I don't like it. I'm gonna show you what I have in my enclosure. Oof. Okay, sorry about the lighting. It's really sunny today. Oh my gosh, sorry about my dog squeaking his toy. Okay, so in here I have this, this terrarium plant. Here it has these kind of leaves, and with the suction cup on the back, they really like to hide behind these leaves. Because I had it for my frogs, but it didn't stick to the tank. I don't know why, but it magically sticks to this one. And this is the thermometer they use. It's a refrigerator thermometer, but it works. And it has this little clip on it. And I just clip this on the vines, just like that. And then I can check it like that from the outside. So I just stick that to the tank, like that. Next, I have these singular fake leaves in here. This like leaf litter. I use this off of like a fake plant that you can get at like from the dollar store. It's perfectly fine. I just have like a bunch of these in the bottom of the tank. Here's like the very end of the bulk carrot you can see. I also feed them shredded carrot as well, because that's what I have to feed my baby snails. And then I have my live plant in here. I'm going to show you. Kind of hard to see, but right there in the corner is my live plant. It's kind of hard to tell because this is the plastic plant right here. Then these two leaves here are live. Don't ask why I have a paper towel in the bottom, because a lot of people are always like, oh, your snail's gonna lay eggs all the time. They're like, oh, they can lay hundreds of eggs per year. My snail hasn't laid one egg ever. So I just use paper towel. I alternate every week. I do paper towel, dirt, paper towel, dirt, paper towel, dirt. It's kind of a tongue twister. A lot of people are like, oh, just use dirt and you have to use all the gunk and stuff that's in there. I still use the same dirt that's in there. I just kind of give it a break. And I just use paper towel, and it collects waste really good, and it's really absorbent. It just works best for me. So if you ever see paper towel in my snail tank, that's why. It's just the on week or the off week. I also sometimes put this background in here. This was the background. Whoops. fits to my frog tank, but they weren't really crawling up here. And whenever they tried to crawl up, they would just slip. And I tried to take it out, and there was just so much more space without it. And they can crawl up the back a lot easier without it, which is really weird. I don't know why, but they just like it better. And I just put this behind here, so it just looks like it's a pretty background, but there's not actually a background in the tank. Go down there. Okay, there we go. My tank's pretty simple. There's not really much to keeping snails, but I am going to be doing more videos about snails. I'm going to show you guys my frogs real quick, because I've been talking about, oh, that's my frog tank. Oh, I do this with my frogs as well. I just feel like you guys are like, oh, I want to see them. If you've never seen white tree frogs before, you'll see them. They're really cute. I'll show you Junior, because he's not sleeping. He is going through a shed right now. He finished, I think he's so close to done. Just do that to warm it up, because these are cold. I put the gloves on, and then I also spray my hand down. This is my frog sprayer. You just go like that and do this over the tank because it's wet. Come here. Come say hi. Now Junior walks really weird. I don't know why. He always, oh, that was not a good jump. He just tried to jump away. And then he fell on his face. Okay. Okay, Junior, please cooperate. Shut up. Okay.
Hey, but I tested positive.
No, you didn't. Mom told me I tested negative.
Cough.
Get out of my room.
What's your frog's name?
This is Junior.
Junior. What's that one's name?
Go away.
Isn't it Rivers?
No. Stop playing.
It's Kermit the frog.
Go away.
Does that thing jump?
Yes, it's gonna jump on your face.
Is it poisonous?
No.
What are you doing? Filming a TikTok?
No.
Filming a...
Yeah.
How many
Go
subscribers?
away. This is my froggy. He looks like that. Looks like he's smiling. He's a chunky boy. Can you hold on? Hold on. Oh my god. You can't do that. He's perfectly fine. He landed on my shirt. So yeah, he's a chunky boy. The reason I'm wearing gloves is because they breathe through their skin, and anything they absorb through their skin, the oils on their skin, are toxic to them. Those guys are native to Australia. They go by the white tree frogs, Australian green tree frogs, and dumpy tree frogs, which I think is a really cute name. I call them the Australian green tree frogs and white tree frogs and dumpy tree frogs. I kind of call them everything. Just their well-known name is white tree frogs. I normally call them Australian green tree frogs though. I don't know why. Because they're native from Australia. But anyway, this video is about snails. I'm going to put the snails back in the enclosure. Because whenever there's a sunny day, I lay out a towel on my back deck, and I bring my snails out, and they crawl around on my deck, and I put a bunch of leafy greens on my deck. They just eat up and sit in the sun. They absolutely love it, and I love it as well. And you got my desk all slimy. Thank you. I'll have to wipe that down. But yeah, that is all for today. And make sure to go check out my other channel. It's, I think, I haven't filmed in a long time. It's Eva's Creepy Crawlies and Amazing Art, I think it is. Something like that. It's one where it's the white background with the red hair, and it says Eva Silverthorn on it. That's me. Go check out my other channel and this channel. So, thank you for watching, and bye guys.